We officially have photos of the 2027 Chevy Silverado. Now, most of you guys have seen the truck, but some of those photos, or actually all the photos that we've seen so far, are AI. And we actually have some photos of the truck out in the wild. Now, if you've forgotten, GM did take away some of the trim levels for the Silverado for 2027. So you no longer have the RST, LT, and LTZ trim level. With that being said, this truck I'm going to show you is the new trim level. And it has a Z71 package on it. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm really excited to show it to you guys. See, I will say when you see the truck in the wild, it's not a big change from what we currently have, especially in this color. Take a look. This is a front side view of the truck here. This is the best frontal view we have, but there's a lot going on that we can still see. You guys see on the hood, the first thing I noticed, that's either a Duramax badge or a TurboMax badge. I can't really tell, but I do like all the bolstering in the hood. That's pretty typical from GM. They do a pretty good job with their hood design, I would say, for the Chevy Silverado for sure. And notice how the grille runs between the headlights. That's a signature design now for these manufacturers. They like to split up the headlights, especially from like the top of that turn signal there. And it looks like the grille has like a gray accent. But in the center of the horizontal slots, you guys can see it has like an X design. What do you guys think about that? It's pretty interesting right there. And at the very top of the grille, you guys can see too, it has like a little design too. So very busy, I would say overall, but it looks like it will work on this truck. Now up next, I can't tell if these headlights are a projector beam, but have you guys noticed how the manufacturer's been cutting costs? So when you're getting a higher trim level, you're pretty much getting a lot of the same features that you can get on like the mid-grade trim levels. Like this truck has front parking sensors, adaptive cruise control, premium lighting. Now, I know like they have like what I dub the arrival lights. Like so when you unlock the truck, it will give like the lights a dance. And I'm pretty sure they might leave that for like the higher trim levels. So moving on, you guys see too, there's no antenna by the windshield. Now I can't remember on the half tons, maybe they've taken that away, but also there's no shark fin on the roof, nor in the back there. So they must be really cleaning up the design of these trucks overall. Now as far as chrome goes, I'm pretty sure the Z71 will probably not be available with chrome. It's very possible that they will do a dedicated chrome package for these trucks, but I have noticed there's not a lot going on with chrome with these trucks. And that might offend a few people because some guys swear by chrome still to this day. But you guys see the bumpers, right? Unless that's like a camouflage, that looks to be like a black bumper design on this truck here. Now, as far as the tow hooks go, this is considered like an off-road package, so it does still have recovery hooks there, tow hooks, whatever you want to call them. The front valance, I think GM has done a pretty good job with their styling on their trucks. It doesn't really take away from the design, I would say, overall. Up next, let's talk about these mirrors. These mirrors are goofy. I'm telling you guys, every time I see these mirrors, I'm always just puzzled because they don't go with the truck. It's like they're too thin. Like they should be a little bit taller maybe. So it might make sense to go with the tow mirrors in the future, and hopefully they have a better design for the half tons, I would say, because I feel as though the ones on the HTs are just too big for these trucks unless you have like a lifted truck or a ZR2 or something like that. Now as far as the fender flare goes, I'm glad that they're doing a dedicated fender flare. Hopefully there will be an option to paint these, but yeah, overall I like the overall styling on the front end. The fog lights, you know, they're very small, and that's just simply because the LEDs don't need a big beam pattern like halogen did back in the day. So LEDs are bright and they give a lot of output. So they're actually able to really integrate those to make it look really good on the front end. Now there is a lot going on out back. The first thing I noticed, they definitely did resemble these taillights to the EVs for sure. And that's not a bad thing because they have a really cool light bar design. You guys see that little white strip there? That looks to be a reverse light. And as I said on the fog lights, they don't need as much real estate for these bright bulbs. So that's a nice thing, and it gives it a really cool, sleek design. Now, who likes that black strip on the tailgate? I think it looks killer. I think that they took this right from the Tahoes and Suburbans when they did the refresh, and it works on these. I would also venture to say this is a really cool feature because this is not a multi-flex tailgate. So if you wanted that design on the regular tailgate, then you're still getting that, and that's pretty cool. Now, I was a little shocked to see the rear bumper still in camo. Thoughts on that? I know GM Authority thinks that they're probably still doing their final testing to see how they're going to package the trucks maybe. So it could be black, or maybe they might switch it in the last hour back to white. Because as you guys know, the Trail Boston ZR2 has black bumpers, but those are off-road trucks, and this is technically the entry-level off-road truck. So it's very possible that this truck might get black bumpers unless they change it at the end. Now, one of my favorite things on the rear is the quad tip exhaust. I think that really does give this truck aggressive styling versus the single tip, long tip exhaust that they had on the current trucks. That is a definite nice upgrade for sure. You still have the steps built into the bumper. I'm wondering if Super Cruise will be a part of the Silverado package as an option, because those steps resemble what you see on the trucks currently that have Super Cruise. Now, I know this is small. I know some of you guys are probably not going to really care about this, but those mud flaps look a little shorter from what I'm used to. And I'm wondering if all the off-road trucks are just naturally going to get the shorter mud flaps. Very possible. Very possible. Now, we'll say too, license plate lights. This is another small thing, but these things matter to me because I've already replaced one of my license plate bulbs on my 2024 GMC, and I just put LED lights in there. And that's why I like LED, because they just don't go out typically. And hopefully they do that for these trucks too across the board. You can see the class 4 hitch, nothing really changes there. You can kind of see the rear diff, but not much. Also, Z71 badge. I haven't seen one on these trucks in a while in the rear. You always see them on the side of the truck. But because this is a package on the Silverado, that's probably why you're getting those badges. Now, lastly, you guys see on the door handles there, I forgot to mention this earlier, but you now have smart key system on the front and rear doors, and that got taken away, I believe, back in 2022 or 3, I can't remember. Now, that high center mount light, in my opinion, is a great design, and I think that GM has always done a good job at the top of the cab here. You guys can also see the bed lights right below it. Really good design. That light bar is huge. I think it's either 40 or 50 inches or something like that. And just above the light, you can see that they have like a spoiler design on the top too. Now that could help with aerodynamics, or it could just be there for styling, and it is finished in black too. So that will really stick out for those trucks, you know, obviously like going like off-road pickups that are in lighter colors. And I would even say that GM should offer a black roof option to go along with that. You guys see that rear glass? That looks great. That's kind of a pull from Ford's trucks, and that's okay. I like the design of it. It looks very clean, and it works on these trucks for sure. But if you're wondering about the powertrain options, unfortunately, I have no news. And I'm hoping that they will give us a huge spec review of these two V8s that we're getting. As of right now, the 5.3 puts out 355 horsepower, 383 pound-feet of torque. It is just direct injection. I'm hoping that these engines go port and direct injection too. That'd be nice. I know that some people will say that it doesn't really affect the engine performance, but who are we kidding? Those intake valves are not getting any spray, so they're going to get dirty. And no matter, even if you use top tier fuel, you're still going to get some blow by, which means you're going to get buildup. So they definitely should do that for those engines. Now, I will say the 6.2 liter is still pretty relevant because it has 420 horsepower. And when you consider like the standard output Hurricane from Ram, it has like about 421 horsepower. The EcoBoost from Ford, if you don't get the hybrid, that is, has like actually I think it has less than 400 horsepower now because of the emissions. And Toyota's non-hybrid engine, which is a 3.4 liter twin turbo V6, has 389 horsepower, I believe. So the 6.2 is pretty relevant right now. 420 horsepower. Now the torque is a little down at 460 pound-feet of torque, but I'm willing to bet you their 6.6 liter is going to have well over 400 horsepower, probably 450 to maybe even 480 possibly. And it wouldn't shock me if the 5.7 has 400 horsepower, which would be adequate in this time frame. So again, hopefully they'll have port indirect injection. I had heard, and I can't tell you a source who told me this, but I heard that GM was actually working on a 6-cylinder twin turbo engine, but it got axed because obviously they've had a hard time with their current generation of engines, which is why they probably went back to the LS style engines, right? But I'm really excited to see how GM prices these trucks, because if they get that right, man, they're going to really clean up in the market. I would say that Chevy is pretty much the best price truck before discounts, right? When you consider all the trim levels currently against the competitors, they're typically a little bit cheaper. However, they do lack some of the features that you can get on those other competitors. So you have to kind of step into a GMC Sierra for some of the nice features that you get, like an Denali Ultimate, for example, like massage seats and better sound systems. That's something else that the Chevy lacks, is good sound systems too. But I hope this video was helpful. Be sure to share your thoughts down below. See you guys soon.